Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to this special edition of the Mayor's Corner. So PortMedia wasn't available this week, so I am trying to record this myself, so let's just see how we do. First of all, happy almost Labor Day weekend. We have a long weekend coming up. The weather looks like it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I just got word for all you boaters out there that the Gillis Bridge is now operating, so it can go up and down for all you sailboats out there, so you can enjoy this one of these great weekends we're going to have on the river and here in the city. So first of all, I just hope everyone has a wonderful weekend because the weather just looks like it's going to be fantastic. I've got a couple things planned. It's going to be nice to have a long weekend and spend some time with family and friends. I hope you all get to do the same. What's going on? Let's see, this parking thing's going on. So there was another parking meeting this week. Parking Advisory Committee met. My office is part of that. Clerk's office is part of that. Planning office is part of that. As you know, we've got two big projects starting down on the waterfront. It's the bulkhead renovation project. That's starting. Jordy Vining is the project manager. They're going to start mobilizing the site down there for that. And then we also have the Market Landing Park expansion project. So these projects are going on at the same time, which means we're going to have a little bit of disruption down there for a few months. We're trying to get creative with some of the things we can do around parking. So you won't see it this weekend. So in the east lot, when I say the east lot of the waterfront, I'm talking about the lot that the Harbor Master office is on. So we've pulled that fence back until September 10th. So we're going to have a good, another just over 10 days here where we're going to be able to park where we usually park on the waterfront. But after September 10th, that fence is going to be moved back. Okay, so if you're someone who usually parks on the waterfront, whether you're a resident or an employee of downtown, we got to come up with some other options, right? One of those options is the garage. If you're already paying for an employee parking permit for downtown, you can park in the garage for nothing, and you can park in there all day. So that's an option. We've got to have a little parking lot that we're going to have access to probably by next week. That'll have about 20 to 25 spaces. It's right near Changing Tides. It's on the corner of Pleasant and Tickham Street. There's a little parking lot there that the city doesn't own, but we're going to lease. That is going to be able to be used for employee parking as well. So there's a few options out there. So if you have any questions about parking, I ask you to reach out to the city clerk's office. They handle all the parking in the city. I think we have enough short-term measures in place though to cover us while these two really important construction projects are going on. So I'll leave that there with parking, but we're really excited about these two projects. Lastly, I want to tell you, I was at the senior center yesterday, and for all you residents, seniors who like to go down and hang out on the boardwalk, we realize this is tough taking some of these parking spaces away, and it's really taking that close access away to the waterfront. And I can tell you, my grandfather was one of those people about 20 years ago, when I was spending a lot of time with my grandfather towards the end of his life. But he used to love to have me pick him up and take him out to go find some natives. And so we'd ride through Market Square and we end up on the boardwalk. And you know, there's some seniors out there, some residents who are in the same spots on the boardwalk every day. And now they're probably having trouble accessing that, okay? Which is hard to do something about, right? Because we have these two projects that are going on right now that are vital to our waterfront, okay? So here's what we're trying to do at the Senior Center. Starting the week of September 11th, we're gonna run a couple days of shuttles down to the waterfront. And so we're gonna come out with more specific details next week, but we're looking at maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's gonna be a morning shuttle that goes down, and then we'll come back and pick people up about an hour and a half later, and then we're looking to do one in the afternoon. So this is just a way you can park up at the Senior Center. We're gonna have our Senior Center buses take people down to the waterfront. You can get to hang out for a little bit on the waterfront, and then the shuttles will come back at a certain time. It's almost like a bus stop, and they'll come back at a certain time and take everybody back to their cars at the Senior Center. So we're gonna try this out, and then if we need more days to do it, then we'll look to try to do it more days. But we're gonna try to do it at least one day a week, maybe 2 days a week, starting the week of September 11th. So I just wanted to get that on your radar. So, and I wanna thank the Senior Center, Paula Burke, for working with me on trying to figure out different ways that we can help seniors get down to the waterfront so they can enjoy the boardwalk during these construction projects. There's another big project that's about to start after Labor Day. It's down at the Route 1 traffic circle. This is a Mass DOT project, so this isn't a city project, but you can get all the information about this project on our website. we're trying to work with Mass DOT to get all this information out there. This is a 4-phase project, so they're actually going to totally reconfigure that rotary down there. They're going to make it 1 lane. It's going to be much safer. There's actually going to be a pedestrian crossing there as well to kind of connect both sides of the rail trail to make it safe for pedestrians. I'm really excited about this project because I think it's long overdue. I go through that all the time. I go to Beach Dog over in Newbury. That's where I bring my dog a couple days a week. So I'm going through that intersection all the time, that rotary, and I definitely think it could be a lot safer and we could slow down the traffic there as well. And this project's going to do that. So this project's going to take 4 phases. It's going to be continuous work pretty much through November. And there's actually only 1 weekend in November. It's going to be before Thanksgiving that we'll have to do detours and you won't have access to that rotary. But they're going to do all this work and have access to that traffic's going to have access all the rest of the time. So it was a great first meeting. So if you have any questions about that, please go to our website. We're going to try to work with the chamber and the businesses to keep them up to date as well. Again, this is a state project. They're just kind of working with the city, and we wanted to have all that information available to you. So we're going to have a separate page on our website around that Mass DOT project, but we're excited that project's getting started. Lower Atkinson, this is another project that we'd like to use some ARPA funds for. This is a safety project. We're trying to get cars off of Merrimack Street. Again, if you've ever visited Lower Atkinson or the Pioneer League fields, or used the basketball court down there, or used the playground, it's very dangerous backing out into Merrimack Street. And then when it's baseball season, which they run from pretty much to the end of March all the way to October, it's a busy park, a lot of cars coming in and out. So this project is meant to help it make it a lot safer down there. We're going to try to create some more parking off of the street. And then we're going to put an actual sidewalk, which there isn't one right now. We're going to have an actual sidewalk that runs the length of the park down to Moulton Street to Plummer Ave. Again, should be a lot safer down there. So we had a site walk with the Conservation Commission this week that went really well. And we also did some Q&A with residents. I loved it because I actually had 2 residents who had early on sent me emails about their kind of displeasure with the plan, that what they thought it was. And they were actually able to get there and get their questions answered. And, they did a complete 180. So they felt a lot better about the project. So we have a lot more public meetings that are going to come up around this. Conservation Commission it's going to have to go through. Planning Board it's going to have to go through. And then we're also going to do some planning meetings, some public meetings with neighbors that are allowed to come and talk about it. So I feel really good where we are around this project right now, and I was psyched so many people running for council came, and I was psyched so many current councilors came. So I was excited about that, and so we're going to do a little bit more work around there, but there'll be more public meetings to people to learn more about this project. And we just put the updated version of this plan on the website right now. So if you go to the website, go to projects, current projects, and you're going to be able to find Lower Atkinson and get information about that there. So we're excited about that. Bartlett Mall. There was an article in the paper today. It turns out, bids were due for this project on this past Tuesday at 11 a.m. and we didn't get any bids for it. So how does the project continue with no bids? Well, what we heard from some of the contractors that we thought were going to bid on it is that because it took so long to get to this point with the bids, going through the process, they thought the window to get the work done was too small. And so that's why they didn't bid on it. So we're going to end up rebidding this, but we're going to come out with a little bit longer timeline to give contractors enough time that they feel like they can actually complete the work. But we do have contractors who are very interested in this project. Like I said, we've almost just about got everybody checked off on this. So there's going to be another community services meeting around this on September 5th. And we're going to still go forward with that and answer all the questions that councilors had. And then hopefully by the end of this month, we'll be able to rebid this project with a little bit more of an extended timeline to use for this. And then we should get some really great quality bids from there. So this project's still moving forward. We're still going to keep pushing forward on it, and we're just going to have to rebid it, which is unfortunate. But we're excited to get this work done at Bartlett Mall. What else is going on? Just a really FYI, COVID numbers are going back up. I know a lot of people aren't talking about COVID anymore, but we are seeing our numbers go back up again. So again, we have masks here available at City Hall. We have a lot of tests here available at City Hall. I wasn't feeling good last week, and I was testing myself every day, and I didn't end up having COVID. I just had probably some allergies going on. But we have those available here at City Hall. So if you're concerned, you want to come in, we have tests that you can grab. You can take as many as you want. They're here and they're available to you. And we also have masks. So just be aware of that. There is still a lot of COVID going around, and we're seeing a little uptick as we head back to school. Speaking of which, it's back to school time, right? So back to school, teachers go back on Tuesday after Labor Day. Students go back on Wednesday. My kids are going into 6th, 8th, and 10th grade this year. They're really excited. This is one of the longest summers we've ever had. We got through a winter with no snow days, and then we're going back after Labor Day. So a really long summer, and we've got some beautiful weather that we're ending on. So I'm excited about that. But I want to wish everybody a happy back to school. I'm going to get to address the district on Tuesday. I'm excited about that. There's always an excitement about heading back to school. Again, probably mixed emotions as well. But no, we're excited about back to school. I think we're going to have a great year here at NHS. And for all of you out there looking for the fall schedule for NYS, Newburyport Youth Services, I believe that's going to be coming out really soon. I want to thank our wonderful staff at NYS for all their hard work, for being flexible during this time where they don't have a building to call home. They're using some space here at City Hall. They're using programming space around the city. So I want to thank them for being flexible. We had a wonderful summer season, rain or shine. We were out there working with our campers. I want to thank the staff again. And I know we're going to have a great fall season as well. And hopefully we keep moving towards that building at 59 Low Street. And we're going to kind of work through the fall on that as well. And that's my Mayor's Corner. I hope this works out. So we're going to see. I'm going to pass it along to my PR specialist, my wife, Jessie, and hopefully she can work her magic. We can get this out to everybody. But hopefully PortMedia will be there next week for me. And I hope to see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.